Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Texas Life. It is a delight to have Lydia Tate with us today because I love the work she does as CEO for the Christian Women's Job Corps. And what you're doing, nurturing women, transforming lives. I love your kind of motto, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Every year you do the Baskets of Hope Gala, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this year, coming up in September 19th, but you are having to move yet again. So you're going to be at the Convention Center?
Yes. We're
That's
gonna be at
huge.
the Convention Center. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. So we started in 2003, and it's.
I think I've been talking with somebody from Christian Women's Job Corps from the very beginning.
So many stories.
Just about every year. But what I love is to hear the stories, because that's what this, obviously it's a fundraiser, you got to do that. But to have the opportunity for women whose lives have really been changed for the better because of what happens to this. Let's talk a little bit about that. Are there particular ones that are going to be highlighted this year that you can share with us?
Well, we have in the makings, as I speak, we are working on a wonderful video for the whole event, highlighting multiple graduates, multiple volunteers, and even staff members and board members, highlighting the entirety of everything.
For 2 decades.
For the 20th, 2 decades.
Yeah.
And just trying to touch in on that. And then we're selling alumni tables this year, where a company can sponsor an alumni table so that we can, and what we're aiming at is trying to invite a woman from every single class for the last 20 years. So trying to really connect every single year to what we're doing this year. So a lot of women, so this is the really coolest thing that I'm really excited about, is we have a woman who's going to represent the class of 2023 because she just finished her GED this week, and she's our first graduate of December. At this point. So she'll be in our December graduation, and so she's going to represent fall 2023 before we even get started with fall 2023. Isn't that the best?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it is, and you think something as simple, but it's not simple if you haven't finished high school.
It's not simple. No, it's not. It's not simple.
But it's just the price of doing business. I mean, you got to have that GED to move on.
And I couldn't agree more. Well, and it's such an intrinsic thing. Like the GED and that high school diploma, when that opportunity is not met for whatever reason. Because there's so many reasons why folks don't get their high school diplomas. And there's so many things that keep people from being able to achieve that. And a lot of that has to do with just needing to work to support yourself and to support your family. And so
But it's not going to be a job that's really going to get you ahead.
Gap. No. And not having your high school diploma leaves this gap emotionally.
Unfinished business.
Yes, it's so unfinished, and it feels like this huge thing that you just want to accomplish, and it feels so good to get it done. And it's so beautiful when it happens and when it's finally done. And it is hard work. I mean, you're talking about 4 years plus of education, math, science, social studies, and language arts, trying to get that done. And it can take a really long time. It's not a fast process. It's hard work, but it's work that is good and it's worth it. And the really cool part about the community that we've kind of developed at CWJC is that we're all in it together. We're all learning together, and our staff members are getting their degrees at the same time. I have a staff member that's working on her associates, and then I did a certification a few years ago, and we had another staff member that was working on her master's while she was with us. And so this community of learners, if you will, where everybody's trying to learn something together, and we're all encouraging each other. We're all there for each other, and it's really delightful. The women come in and they make friends with people who are going through the same thing as they are, where they want this thing that is just, it's a gap, it's missing. And could we go through society without a high school diploma and a GED? Yeah, maybe, but it's still missing emotionally. It's still missing.
I really hadn't thought of it that way.
Stage,
yeah.
Oh man, crossing that stage is something that is just
What? Yeah.
Incredible.
It's
incredible to move that tassel from one side to the other.
To the other, yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's just great.
So how many, do you know how many across 20 years?
20 years.
Lives have been touched.
So, but through, not only the GED work that really is our biggest program now, after all these years, GED has really, since the pandemic, since virtual learning,
right.
everything GED for us has really become a very vital space, and we really, we work hard at it. But then also over the years, our job skills programs, our career track programs, and computer skills classes, and resume developing and coaching, and all these spaces, and then just that emotional support and that community support of the personal and the spiritual growth too. There's been a lot of lives touched. So when I started, it was about 250, but we've added about 100 women a year since then. So it's been 4 years since I started. So we're, it's a lot of lives that are walking through our doors now. And then the really cool thing is that, it becomes generational. It becomes a family effort then. It's not just one woman who is doing the work and doing this great thing for herself, but it is her taking it home to her kids, and she's excited about the math concept that she learned, and she gets to teach it to her kid. Yeah. And then she gets to help,
and that reinforces it with her
daughter
too.
with the homework and make her daughter feel confident that she can get it done. Yeah. And then to bring your sister to the program, or your mom to the program. Or
other family members go, this is what has been missing for me too. Yeah.
Oh man, what a great thing. And just, we have families that are in the program together now, and that's powerful. That's powerful. That's just this wonderful, wonderful community change that
it opens those doors then to go on to college.
To college, we have a lot of folks that want to go to college. That we have. This is the one that just finished this week. She going to TSTC.
Oh, good!
Isn't that great? And then a lot of women who want to go to school and get a degree. They want to go to MCC. They want to go forward and do a new thing. One woman this week I talked to, she wants to be a medical assistant, and so she's looking at Southern Careers Institute and trying to get that space going for herself. Just lots of really wonderful spaces, and we've got some great partnerships for women to be able to move into those places. But then it is also just, we're going to step forward in the career. We're gonna go ahead and get that promotion from shift leader to manager, because you can finally qualify for it because you have that high school diploma, right? That's powerful too. But I really do think that the emotional confidence that comes with conquering this space is more powerful than anything else. Yeah. Just finally finishing that thing that is in the back of your mind for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's just really incredible. Yeah. So
now there is a cost involved, and I know for many, many years, Bruce Geetson and I have been able to co-MC the Baskets of Hope event, which we just love doing. Yeah. The baskets are awesome.
They are. They're so fun.
We'll talk more about the baskets. But we would often say for $150, you can sponsor someone to get her GED. I mean, it doesn't. It's a cost. I mean, that's why you got to raise the money for it, because it's not free, as my departed dad would say, who taught economics at Baylor. There is no free lunch.
There is no free. There's
and so
free.
There's but it seems like a kind of a nominal amount to help someone do that.
Now, I will say we raised our scholarship this year to $200 because it's not free.
Okay.
And
all right.
Some of our costs have gone up. And,
sure.
And
everything's gone up.
Well, we're also including a lot more bang for your buck, if you will. So we're doing things like accompanying through learning disabilities now, and we're working very hard in the community to make sure that the women are getting the resources they need to be able to not quit what they started. If they start and then there's trouble with a job or trouble with housing or anything like that, we're trying to really come around them and make sure those barriers get solved so that they can stick with what they've started and not have to start over again and over again.
Right.
They're really good all the way through with it. So trying to conquer some of those spaces, and then just the cost of living, as we all know, has just really gone up a lot, so we have to increase those things. But that $200
still $200
provides a seat at the table for all of our classes, all of the materials, and everything that they need to be successful. And even helps us cover some of the technology burden too, because we do on-site testing and everything. When we're start to finish GED space now.
That's amazing.
You start and you walk in the door the first day, and you get to test with us when you finish. So it's amazing and it's great, but. Yeah, so the scholarships really, really help. We're trying to raise 100 scholarships this year so that we can provide 200 spaces over the course of the year.
Good.
Which is really wonderful.
Good.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
And we have a new podcast for you. What's it called, Caroline?
Bloody Happy Hour.
It's going to be your new favorite guilty pleasure. We're going to talk about some bloody stuff. Serial killers, true crime, rapists. Why not join us? We'll have a good time.
You literally never know. I don't know what I'm going to say. Bloody Happy Hour. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Your goal for the event, Baskets of Hope, $150,000.
$150,000, yeah. Yeah, it's a big part of our budget.
Yeah.
All of it goes back into programs, though. Every last bit of it goes right back towards our budget and what we need to support the work that we're doing.
Yeah, where are you located?
We're inside of First Baptist Waco.
Okay.
So on the back side where the old education building was, where Live Oak used to be, where Baylor and Truett used to be.
Okay.
That's our space now. We share
really?
that hallway with La Puerta Waco, which has turned into a beautiful partnership for Spanish GED as well. So we provide everything in English and in Spanish thanks to that partner.
Oh, that's huge.
So we get to share that hallway and share that second floor. First Baptist is a great host. We adore being there, and it's a really wonderful, welcoming space. It's just great. We love it.
Yeah. Well, from the beginnings of this, it was a vision. obviously. I mean, is it the kind of thing I wonder, where you are today and, the beginnings of it, if it could if it even been imagined how big Christian Women's Job Corps would become.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dr. Marlene Reed is our keynote this year.
Yeah. Tell me about. I see a picture of her.
She's over at Baylor, in the Hand Camera School of Business.
It says co-founder of the National Christian Job Corps.
National Christian Job Corps. So it was started as a conversation between her and her friends about how they could provide women with better opportunities for job growth. And
she's right here in Waco.
She's right here in Waco.
I did not know that.
Near and dear to Baylor's heart as a professor of entrepreneurship. And we can't wait. I
don't know how she missed being on my radar. I'm just
share her stories.
Oh my word! I thought you were bringing her in from somewhere out of town.
She's right here in this space. Great resource.
So
what a better way to celebrate our 20th anniversary than to talk about the founder.
How How?
I mean, it was a group of women that had the coffee and talked about the things. But she's going to be our keynote this year. Isn't that great?
So the national headquarters are here. In Waco. No. Okay. So where's the national?
National headquarters is in Alabama, actually.
Really?
She just happens to be here.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's still very passionate about the Job Corps' vision and what it does for men and women alike. Because there's a CWJC and there's a CMJC.
Okay.
And that vision and that the opportunity for personal and professional transformation and faith care and spiritual care in the same space. It's really, really great because you're looking at the holistic person. You're not just looking at one aspect of what makes a journey harder than another journey. You're looking at the whole person. And I think all of us, we all can relate to this. We can all relate to there's some space that doesn't feel quite right. Mm-hmm. Some space has got to be worked on, and whether we're going to counseling for that, or we're working out, or we're working on our budgets, we all can relate to there's a space that needs holistic care in our lives, and that's the vision. The Job Corps vision is that we have a holistic space where you can get all of it in one space and really feel like you've met a community that's going to support your needs.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the faith part of it.
Yeah.
And how that all works out. I know in the past, and I presume still, you've got mentors.
Yeah, we do.
That partner with the women who are coming through the program, and have that opportunity then to share with them, about their own faith walk.
Yeah, it's not a requirement for the mentor to be a faith-based mentor. It's about the partnership of being a caring person. And checking in on that person that wants to care, that wants to care. How are you doing? And if it turns into conversations about faith, then great. And if it doesn't, then great. I think the faith care aspect of what we do is open. It's a very open faith care aspect. It's about, yes, we want everyone to have a whole relationship with God, and there's ways that we believe you can go about that, but we don't press that. We just try to hold the space for there to be an opportunity to learn more about faith and to want to care about that. And I think that's hard to do in a way that feels included with each other, like to feel like you're a part of a community, and it's okay that you don't have that faith, that you're still working through that space. That's okay. But it's been
so it's not necessarily a requirement.
No,
okay.
Not in our space. No,
okay.
We don't.
I don't know if there was a Bible study involved with.
There is a Bible study.
I thought there was.
A Bible study. Yeah, we have a Bible study, and it's everybody's favorite part of what we do.
Okay, all right, there you go.
It's
all
great.
right,
They love it.
It's not a problem, in other words.
It's not. No, we love the Bible study. It's a wonderful, wonderful space. We love sharing in faith together.
Yeah.
But we're not going to push it. We're not going to force it. And that's and I think that's where you can really start to learn more about people, is when we don't force it.
Right. You're not rapping people on the head with the Bible.
No.
Because, getting, though, that aspect of your life kind of on track everything else kind of falls into place, doesn't it?
Yes, for some people. Yeah. But I think holistic care, like all of it is so important. All of it is so important. Our relationship with ourselves, with others, with God, with the creation around us.
Right. And so often, when people do get off track, there's been some trauma. There's been some, wound maybe. A hurt, a broken relationship, or whatever, and that's where that faith component helps to bring the healing.
I think
so then everything else can kind of.
I think so. I don't. It's not a magic wand.
No,
it's not. And I don't want to act like it's a magic wand.
No,
I think that's unfair. But it does help.
Yeah,
it does help. I think it's important. I think the balance is so important that we're operating from a space of not only faith, but also the faith and.
Yeah, that you actually love these people and care for them and want them to do well.
Oh, well, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, the baskets. Let's talk about the baskets. The time we have left. Of course, so many businesses contribute and help create these fabulous. So how many baskets are we up to? I know you're in a big space there at the convention center, the Brazos Room.
Ballroom. So we're going to have a little bit more space for the baskets. I'm excited about that. So many great things. So last year we had 78 baskets last year. So we're aiming for 75 to 100 again.
Yeah.
Looking for our baskets to be donated as we speak. So come on down and let me know that you want to donate. We've already had a few really great ones. I'm not going to be any spoilers. You got to come to the event to know what the baskets are.
Because there's always a fabulous raffle at the end.
Yeah. It's so great. And I'm always so surprised at the wonderful things that our community brings to our doors for raffle. So businesses can donate a piece of the basket or all of the basket. They can design their own, or they can do a gift card towards a bigger basket or something like that.
Right.
So we do a great job of packaging it all together and making it all look really great and pretty and giving their businesses credit for their baskets. You can even sponsor a basket as a business. So we had a few businesses that did that last year. My husband created one of the baskets. He took that sponsorship and made a Guy's Geek basket.
How fun.
It was legendary. It was really great.
Yeah.
So, we have folks that can go create baskets if a business wants to sponsor, but we really love it when the business just puts their own personality into that basket and brings it to our doors. That's really great stuff.
But generates so much interest among the bidders.
I just find it to be a really great community wide aspect where we're doing this from local businesses and local owners and maybe even outside of our initial space, because there's a few that come in from out of town for baskets. But it's all these great local spots and people donating from their businesses and from their hearts. And I really love the aspect of it's our partners that are doing this and who are giving. So that's really great. Yeah.
Well, it's a big event.
It is.
And you have a wonderful board.
We do.
That supports that works so hard. This is not one of these nominal boards.
This is a great Baskets of Hope committee too.
Yeah. Tell me about your committee.
I mean, our board and our committees are awesome. They work hard. They love our community. They love our women. They want to see the programs be successful and see us be well funded so we can stay open forever and ever.
Sure.
So we work really hard at making sure the event it gives a nod and a shout out to our sponsors and to our underwriters and gets them, some advertising and things like that. We have a great magazine that comes out for the event that is actually the Waco Convention is going to be producing the magazine for us this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So we've got some really great partners and underwriters that come alongside of us to make sure that the programs are being provided for, because really that money just goes right back into programs. That's all a part of our annual budget and helping us provide this great space for learning and for being a part of a community that loves you. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want to see everything in the next, say, 5 years?
Oh, man. I have a lot of really great dreams, but I love that we're open to what our future has, what God has for us in the future. I think it's great. I'd love to see us have a building. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anybody out there that wants to give us a building, we're into it. We'd love to have our own campus and be able to expand our programs and expand our staff so that we can provide even more great care and expanded classes and things like that. I think it'd be wonderful. Love to explore what all we could do there. I think we're going to open up a CWJC store that's coming really soon.
Really? Tell me about
got
that.
Some swag and some T-shirts and things like that, just to help us support the organization a little bit differently. We got a great T-shirt that I'm pretty excited about that's going to be printed pretty soon. So that's all going to be Baskets of Hope surprises too. So you're going to come. So sponsorships for the Baskets of Hope is really a big part of what we need to do. Selling sponsorships, sponsored tables, and then the underwriting as well. So,
your little brochure that you sent out is fabulous. And of course, it has pictures of the smiling face of a graduate, and of course the scripture that goes
the picture of the women having fun at Baskets of Hope. They've got their basket in their hands. I love it. I love that.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
I wonder if they'd been fighting over it earlier. I don't know. You just wonder.
I don't think so.
not too many big fights.
But was that a fight?
But I love the scripture from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, and that applies not only to this young lady who finished her GED, but to your organization as well.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. It matches. I think 20 years ago we couldn't have dreamt that we were going to be serving over 200 women a year. And I think that the dream was there, but it was always like we're a small organization and things like that, but we've just grown by leaps and bounds. The things that God has allowed us to do have been really incredible. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful work, and it's wonderful to be around our women and to be a part of what they're experiencing. We always need volunteers. We always need people to help with our testing center, proctoring, tutoring, testing, teaching, the whole 9 yards, mentors, all of it. We always need great volunteers. So there's always a space for anybody who wants to learn or who wants to help out, and then who wants to come and party with us and really celebrate this really incredible organization that I'm just honored to be a part of, honestly.
Yeah. Well, you haven't been there long.
4 years.
Okay.
4 years
but I mean,
October.
but yeah,
not
it's
long,
gone.
Not long, but it feels like
not long, but it I guess probably in some ways feels like a long time.
It feels like a heart journey. It's been it's been great.
Well, you're just doing a fabulous job, and it's so exciting to see. So how can folks get a ticket or buy a table,
get to
sponsor, do any of these sponsor things? How do you get there?
WacoBaskets.com.
Waco Baskets.
Baskets.com with an S, Baskets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our website for the event. WacoBaskets.com. You can buy your tickets there. You can get a GED scholarship there. You can sponsor a basket there.
Yeah.
And then any information that anybody else would like about our programs and volunteering and whatnot is cwjcwaco.org.
And you also have Facebook, social media, right?
Yes, all over social media, yes. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Yeah. We try really hard to keep it updated and do what we can there. But yeah, that's all under CWJC Waco or CWJC McLennan County, because we are McLennan County.
Well, you're in the kind of the last stretch.
Yes.
Before Baskets of Hope, which again will be September 19th. And it's just an exciting time for your organization and for these precious ladies whose lives truly are being transformed.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. We can't wait to celebrate with everybody.
Lydia, thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Again, thanks for coming to be with us. And thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.